Hey guys, this is Samir for ThinkDigit, and today we have with us the Micromax Canvas Turbo. Micromax has of course gone all out with the promotion of this smartphone, and they've even roped in Hugh Jackman to do a lot of the advertising, which is great. But does this smartphone really justify the kind of publicity that it's getting? Well, we're going to review it and find out. To start with, you have a 5-inch 1080p display giving the smartphone a pixel density of 440 ppi. It has 16 GB built-in storage and there are no expansion options. The rear houses the 13 megapixel camera and the front has a 5 megapixel camera. The turbo runs on the MediaTek MT6589T chipset with the CPU is clocked at 1.5 GHz and it has 2 GB of RAM. Now, coming to the design of the smartphone, it is quite similar to the Canvas Doodle in a lot of ways. To start with, it has an aluminum build and it has this really it has a blue finish to it, which is really nice to look at, and the smartphone is really comfortable to hold. It isn't the slimmest available in the market, but it is still very light and compact and very comfortable for single as well as two-handed use. You don't have access to the battery because it has a unibody design. The SIM card slots are on one side. You need a pin to open that. You have the volume rocker, power button, micro USB port, and the headphones jack. Pretty standard in terms of its connectivity options. Coming to the performance, it is as good or as bad as any other MediaTek powered smartphone out there. You have just a few nuances in terms of differences of the performance. In real world use, however, the device is really smooth. It functions quite well. Coming to the UI elements, most of it is stock Android, which is great, but Micromax as usual has a few elements they've added. You have M Live, which is there on every Micromax phone we've tested so far, giving you access to a lot of local news and a lot of India specific content, which is great. A very nifty feature on the phone is you have something called as the iFlow tray. Now, once you open the tray, you have this little ball that's there on the display all the time, whatever you are doing. And it's a lot like the virtual home button that's there on the iPhone. It just sticks to a corner. You can place it anywhere you like. Clicking on it, you get access to a bunch of shortcuts. Now, for example, if you want to browse the internet, you can browse the internet but in a smaller window. So you can actually continue doing all the other activities you would on a phone. And this is something we've really seen done well on LG smartphones with the LG Optimus G and the LG Optimus 4X HD as well, where you could control the opacity of the app that's running in the foreground. Out here, you could just go back to the full screen mode or close the app. You have this for a bunch of apps such as the browser, caller, SMSs, and the video player. In the video player, the one flaw that we saw was that it kept hanging when we played AVI files. Apart from that, it's like a really great experience. You could be browsing the internet, typing SMSs, chatting with people, and have your favorite movie running right in front of you. It also showcases the multitasking capabilities of the device, and for the most part, it works really well and smooth. In terms of its other performances, it's as standard as any other smartphone we've seen out there. The display is crisp at 1080p, great for consuming multimedia content and playing games. Coming to the battery life of the smartphone, in our continuous video playback test, it lasted for about 3.5 hours, which means you could get a day's usage with average consumption. To conclude, we'd like to say that you have a lot of options around the 19,000 rupee price point. The Canvas Turbo is priced at rupees 19,000. You have smartphones such as the Gionee eLife E6, Zolo Q1000S, Lenovo P780, and a lot more smartphones that try to bring some unique features to the table. The Lenovo phone has a 4000 mAh battery. The Gionee has a full HD display with a very good unibody design and an interesting user interface. If you are one who has a budget of 19,000 rupees and is looking to invest in a smartphone, you can definitely consider the Canvas Turbo.